God bless you guys. This is Sean here from Faith Brings Change. I just want to come on here and share this. I'm going to share a music video with you. Well, it's actually not a music video. It's a song, and it's crazy because this guy, Rob Flynn from Machine Head, I used to listen to, this hardcore rock band or metal band, whatever you want to call it. He wrote a song about Locusts I forgot about, but I think he got inspired by the book of Revelation because it's shocking. You see eerie imagery of that day from the book of, from Revelation chapter 9. That's the 3 days of darkness. God told me the sign of Jonah, the sign of the Son of Man, because he's coming down as a sign of fire. Well, check out this song and you let me know, I mean, honestly, for a song, it's not bad. It's kind of catchy. I don't listen to that stuff anymore, to be honest, but it has some apocalyptic writing, but of course, Satan drives it to where, he wants people to go in to be fed to those locusts. But anyways, I'll let you check it out. I'll let you see the lyrics if I can point it. And it makes me think of that. And then after this, I'm going to show you an animation of what these locusts are like, because somebody did an animation of them attacking people, and it's horrible. They're going to be stinging them all over their bodies. You picture Job? It's like a world of Jobs, basically, who are not saved. But anyways, check this out. Check this out. I mean, let me wait for the ad to go. See if I can turn it up a little more. I used to love this band when I was a little younger, but I scrapped this because, they don't ascribe to God or anything. But this is very telling, the lyrics, to this. Those hooks also are for Leviathan, the devil, behind an angel's disguise, an insect phrase. You see, that's pretty scary, guys. It's obviously this guy was reading the book of Revelation. The whole spirit of this song is for you to surrender to the locusts, and it's terrible. Strings pull the marionettes. In other words, people were just like puppets on strings for sin, Satan's prophesying through him. The shadow shrouds, They blacked out the sky in the book of Moses, and so that's what it is. But descending down, they're going to go down into that outer darkness on that day. It's just crazy, guys, how Satan does this stuff. I mean, this plague is sent to erase us, bleeding from inside. And you know, even this is true, guys. Believe it or not, God is doing this because He wants to pull people out of sin. But deep down, even the wicked, you know, they know there's a God. They know that God exists. They might deny Him in works, but they know there's a God. I wonder how Rob Flynn will respond to his Locust song on that day, because it's going to come in his lifetime. You know, he's a singer of Machine Head and made the guitars for it, you know, and they go off into all this long lead, and, you know, I'll just skip over it, some of it. You know, it's the same thing. I may as well let it go after that, but you get the idea, guys. I mean, this is the spirit of this thing. Satan, you know, he prophesies a lot of this stuff that we just don't see put in front of our eyes, and rock music and everything. You know, I had some visions about Marilyn Manson, and, you know, like, he was wearing the Riddler's pants, the green pants. He had black combat boots, and he had green jeans or pants or something. You could see question marks like the Riddler all over him. He was just kind of motioning, and it looked like he had maybe a platter or something. He was in a dark nightclub, ushering the youth like into the darkness. And that those thing on his pants, I didn't catch that before, but those questions were Satan's taught this generation to question everything, because I didn't notice it, but a person was commenting about how this is a con man, basically. Some guy with this, he looked like he had a skull shirt of the Punisher on his Punisher logo on his username with the number 17 on it. And he said, you know, I told him the 17 was for 17 works of the flesh for sin. You know, I told him he was the con, basically. And he said, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. See, the number 17 is for Q, like for this Q generation. Well, I didn't notice Q, but the Holy Spirit is looking through my eyes. He saw that. And so he gave me the vision of Marilyn Manson with those, like those question marks, you know, on his jeans, showing this is a generation that teaches them to question everything. And through their questioning of doubt that there is a God and that His judgments are real, which causes them to go into that, like that outer darkness. It looks like a nightclub, but their lights are put out when they go into that. And so that's how Satan does that. He uses all these people with their charisma and, you know, what do you call it? And these rock stars and stuff with their charisma, you know, and it's demonic charisma, you know, and I used to love this stuff and listen to it, you know, and I still know how to write. Maybe I have some upbeat stuff, but I'm writing faith-based stuff, but I know a lot of this generation, how Satan will take their talents, whether it's rap music or whatever, and he'll use that. But I want to show you, check this out. This animation's you're gonna see is kind of a taste of what the people who go into outer darkness those 3 days, if they're in sin that day, what will happen, you know, when my rod is raised up. He told me he's gonna do that.
1 to 12. Then the fifth angel sounded.
There'll only be darkness is the difference.
From heaven to
in the Locust, people won't see their hand in front of their face if they're attacked.
To the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and smoke
this is
out of the pit,
start of the tribulation
of a great furnace. So the sun and the air were darkened because of the smoke of the pit. Then out of the smoke locusts came upon the earth, and to them were given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. They were commanded not to harm the grass of the earth, or any green thing, or any tree, but only those men.
See that darkness? It'll be darker than that. They'll go into. That'll be where the locusts are.
To kill, but to torment them for 5 months.
That's what's going to be happening to people in the darkness.
Of a scorpion when it strikes a man. In those days, men
it's like the torment of a scorpion. See, they'll be able to fall down. They'll be screaming in agony. They won't be able to die.
Flee from them.
It will be hell on earth.
Like horses prepared for battle.
For 3 days.
Their heads were crowns of something like gold, and their faces were like the faces of men. They had hair like women's hair, and their teeth were like lions' teeth. And they had breastplates like breastplates of iron. And the sound of their wings was like the sound.
Let me pause that. See those crowns right there? they have on their heads? That's for the crowns, something like gold, for the crowns of the righteous also. And the world could have had a crown of life. They stole from them when they got them to sin. They took it away from them, so to speak. They have the hair of women because they got the glory, because women, their hair is for their glory, like the glory of the Lord. You know, they became like Ichabod, meaning the glory is departed. And breastplates of iron, you know, and different things. Because the children of God also had a hard heart and everything. Those scorpion stings, that's for the sting of death. Remember, it talks about the sting of death is taken away for those who believe in Yeshua. That's also for those who follow him. That's true belief. And so these locust armies, also, I talked about Candyman, guys. Candyman, well, it just, remember, John the Baptist, he ate locusts and wild honey. It was for eating up the armor, they ate up the people of God, and he ate wild honey, like wild revelation. And so that was a hint what the next Elijah, which was me, you know, was going to be doing. Wild honey, wild wisdom, wisdom of the darker stuff, of the strategies of Satan and judgment. Kind of like this, the prophets did of old, and that's why he said, remember the law of Moses. And so that's eating wild honey and locusts, you know, those revelations, you know, eating up these revelations like of Candyman and all these things that people want to have nothing to do with. But remember, when God said he would raise up a prophet like Moses, he told that. Moses, remember, he used it to deliver Israel. What he used a serpent's rod to deliver Israel. His rod would become a serpent, you know, and he put the bronze serpent on the pole. So he used a symbol of death to bring life, you know. He taught them about their ways that were death so to bring life, and that's the same thing I'm going to do. And the salvation is strange to people, but go back and look what God would do. In the Old Testament, he used a bronze serpent to lift up something that looked like Satan. It was like a scapegoat for sin. It represented Yeshua. Think about it. We get saved. What do we get saved? Through our knowledge of Yeshua, who was killed on the cross when he went into outer darkness for 3 hours and 3 days. And so we get saved through that knowledge of death. We get saved that the wages of sin is death. We can look on him, and then all of a sudden we can get his life, and he can take on that death from us. He can take that death away from us. And so that's what that's for, guys.
Chariots, with many horses running in the battle.
And like the horses of Pharaoh's army running to battle.
And there were stings in their tail. Their power was to put men 5 months.
People were going to be having sores all over like Job. That's what's going to happen to them in that outer darkness, guys. This is why you don't want to go into that for 3 days.
Is Abaddon. But in Greek, he has the name Apollyon.
Is the king of the locust, Apollyon.
Behold, still 2 more woes are coming after.
So that's the first of 3 woes, 3 days of darkness, locust. I'm going to let you go, guys, for now. I got some food I got to put in the oven. I'm going to burn my whole house down because I've been preheating it. Yeah. But anyways, it's early morning, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's going to be a bad day for the people. You know, they're going to be covered. People are going to be covered head to toe. They're going to come out of that darkness with locusts, all these bites all over them. The celebrities may not even show themselves. All those porn stars doing those porn videos and everything, people are not going to want to watch them in that state because they're going to be covered in sores all over. They're going to have sores and pus all over, and they're not going to look beautiful anymore because only holiness looks beautiful. But that's what will happen to Yeshua told me when he cast me in that belly of the well of Jonah. That's what it would be like for them. It would be horrible for them. They're going to wish for death. I felt the darkness for 2 seconds. The first second, I felt it ask Yeshua, this is too much. Please take it away from me. And he took it immediately. He said they're going to be in that for 3 days. And I couldn't fathom it. I couldn't even take it for a second. It was like it's murdering my soul. It was sticking. The darkness was like it clings to you. It's like you can feel it from the inside. It's evil chill. And the darkness, it says in Elijah codes, the bottomless pit is like their heart. You know, their heart is supposed to be like a bottomless well that they can fill with the Lord, you know, like his eyes, you know, there's never any end. Our heart's supposed to be like that, filled with the good things, but it becomes, when we don't fill it with God, a bottomless pit, and locusts come out of it. Those are for the things, the evil things that come out of the heart of men. And so that's for that evil army that they brought into the church, you know, through sin, demons came in like that evil army, and they ate up all the fruits of the church. They ate them all up, and so that's what the locusts represent. But anyways, I'm going to let you go. I just thought that was interesting to share with you, that video. of Machine Head, that Locust. I mean, I was shocked, you know, that he did that. I forgot about that song. But anyways, you get a picture of what's coming now that you see that animation. But I'll let you know. I'll let you go now, for guys. And until next time, shalom.